We're ready to get started here. I'm just setting up the tools over here, and I think, yeah, it's time to get started. So thanks for joining, and I would like to welcome you for today's webinar introducing one of the new products from Pattern. My name is Mark Eberhardt. I'm the product line manager for voice over IP products at Pattern. I'm based in Switzerland, and I have with me today Ramon Felder, who is our CEO for the Western European operations. So also welcome, Ramon. Hello.
Thank you, and welcome to everybody. It's great to have you on this webinar.
Thank you. So Ramon will be assisting me today with managing some things in the background. So that means for Q&A, he will help me, but also if there anything is unclear, he will be there to help. Good. So I would like to get right away started. Talking about the things I want to present today and go through with you, introducing the new product we would like to show you today. So a few words about the market trends happening in terms of next generation devices, CP devices. All IP is a topic there. Then I want to go into the advantages of the new product we're presenting today, and also how the new product is addressing those market trends you're going to see later on. Then the key features of the new product, of course, so that you see what this new device is able to do, so what kind of functionalities are coming along with it, and then furthermore a closer look to the hardware, so what kind of interfaces the product has, what can be plugged into it, and so on, and how the form factor looks like. Then I would like to go into the applications, so where the product can be used, what are the use cases. So this is just a snapshot of all the various possibilities where the product can do a great job helping you and your customers to solve problems. Then the web wizard, some of you might already heard about it, a new feature, a new functionality we have, which is really great and which really helps you, or actually your customers, to save time for installations and make them easier. So more details there. And towards the end, I want to say some words about the target customers of this new product. And then also some great news for you today that we're launching a summer promotion with the new products we have. At the end, Q&A session is planned, so I see a couple of minutes to be reserved there if there still should be some questions from your side. But feel free during the webinar to ask any questions using the questions field on your panel as indicated on the slide here. Okay, so we'll get started. The market trends we see happening. So all IP is everywhere. So the sooner or later, everything is migrating to all IP. Along with that migration, some key things, key functions are required, or we see happening. Survivability is one thing. So if there is an outage on a zip trunk, for instance, it's still preferable to have a PSTN line for backup to offer survivability to the end customer. Service demarcation, so especially when you're talking about all IP networks, still a service demarcation is needed. So it used to know on like an ISDN network, the NT device doing the service demarcation. On all IP, it's an ESBC or a so-called ESBR, which is going to be used there. And still QoS, an important point, even though by having a high amount of bandwidth available on the access link, QoS is still being required. Now, with the trend we see happening for more and more people moving to all IP, security becomes an important point, as more fraud is happening, malicious strikes to voice over IP and network equipment. So it's whether it's just VoIP encryption using SIP-TLS or SRTP to protect voice over IP communication, or if it's just a network topology hiding. So these are key elements to ensure secure communication using new technologies. IP routing performance. So that goes along with all the security and new all IP features, with more bandwidth being available, more content being out in a public network. So whether it's cloud services or heavy content being required, such as videos or music streaming, a proper routing performance on the CPE, on the customer premise equipment being at the customer's network edge, requires high performance of IP routing. With all that, ease of use is an important point too. So it doesn't help if a CPE is performing all great and is offering nice features, but then requiring a half or 1 day for the install. So therefore, it's an important point to have simple configuration, fast and easy deployment, which then at the end goes down to the pricing. So which is one thing on like the hardware cost side, but also for the deployment, time is money, and therefore a high level of price value ratio is required. That brings me actually to the advantages already of the new device we are launching, the 5570 and the 4170. So we set ourselves a high target in terms of a new price value ratio. So that means the new product is much cheaper, much lower in price compared to the current products we have on E1 T1, and it's coming with a much higher IP routing performance compared to the current products.
Mark, let us know, what do you mean by much lower price in that respect compared to our other products in the same application range?
So it's quite a lot. It's not just like 5 or 10%. It's much more. I will give you some more details about the exact pricing, but we're talking from 25% up to a 30% lower price compared to the current E1 T1 port products we have in our portfolio. So it's quite significant.
Okay.
So therefore, we're all excited about this new product, this launch here. So I hope this answers your question, Ramon.
Okay, yeah, very good, thanks.
So along with the more performance with the lower price, we also have a nice and small form factor. VoIP security, which is coming along with the new operating system, which is running on this device. I'm going to show you later more in details. And one of the other advantages, it's a multi-purpose operation unit. So it's not just being used for voice over IP to legacy telephony conversion. It can be used as a demarcation device for all IP networks, and also, of course, for IP routing, for QoS, and for many different things. And with all that said, so it's actually a nice protection for the future. So it protects the investment of your customers actually. So there's no need to change that unit in the customers' networks in the next coming years. So it's really there a nice fit for the migration towards an all IP network. Good. Then moving on, I want to go into more details what the features is concerned. So this new product is running Trinity. So some of you may already heard about the new operating system, and actually for that we have a short poll here at this stage where we would like to know from you if you've been using Trinity already. So Ramon, if you may want to just launch the first poll we have here. So this will be quite helpful for us to know what the experience is out in the field from all of you by running the new operating or using the new operating system.
Right.
So let's
So we
wait.
have answers coming in here, and as you said, Mark, this product only runs Trinity, so there is no smartware built on this. So in order to benefit from the product, from the functionality, it's now time to get into this new operating system.
Right,
So,
right, exactly. So are we getting some replies here?
Yeah, I think we're pretty much done. Everybody has answered. Let's see if I'm closing the poll. So we don't see the results here, but quite a vast majority have not used it yet. We have few people who have been using it in the lab, and a couple who are actually deploying it right now. So
okay.
I think it's definitely time now to get into this, try it out on the existing products or on these new products.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, thanks for that, Ramon. And yeah, as said, it's just running Trinity, quite an important point here. So maybe a few words there from to all of you knowing smartware quite well. So for those, it's really an easy transition for the new operating system. So we have more functionalities available, but in terms of the handling, how the configuration structure is built, it's really very similar to smartware. And also we're about to launch a new online training for Trinity. So in order for yourself to be familiarized with that new operating system, so watch out for that. We will give you some further details about that online training shortly. Now, going back to the key features of Trinity, of the new product. So this new product is coming with 1 or 2 E1T1 PRI ports, supporting up to 30 calls in max. So those ports can be configured to be either NT or TE in the software. So very similar, or actually the same way as you used to know it from smartware. It's again supporting fallback relays, but really the nice thing there is it's supporting a high level of VoIP security. So with SIP-TLS SRTP encryption, it's coming with gigabit Ethernet port in order to support a high level of IP routing performance, and for a clear voice and a nice quality experience, it's supporting G722 HD codec, along with the QoS functionalities we provide from patent. So it's not just an upstream QoS, but also downstream QoS. So with all that and many other features, it's really a great new product. Moving closer to how the hardware looks like, so front and rear view of the new product. As you can see, we introduced a USB port on this device. So the USB port is going to be used for a additional WAN uplink, so using a USB 3G or 4G modem. So that's on the roadmap, and we should have something available for you pretty soon in order for you to benefit from that USB port being on that device. Then in terms of the Ethernet connections, so it depends which model you want to go for. The gateway just has 1 Ethernet port, and the ESBR supports 2 Ethernet ports. On the PRI side, again, supporting up to 30 channels max, it's available with either 1 or 2 PRI ports.
Question here, Mark, just so we can represent this hardware in our customer's mind. Is this really as small as a 4120 or an SNDTA?
Yes, you're right. Actually, good point. So it's exactly the same form factor as the SNDTA. Some of you may already have seen. So it's really cool. It's a small unit. So I would even consider it as one of the smallest PRI products, in the market.
Okay, excellent.
Good. Then I think it's time to move a step ahead and give you some examples about the applications where this new product can be used for. So I want to start simple with a pure gateway application. So where there your customer has an IP PBX requiring a connection into the PSTN using ISDN. So there our gateway, the 4170, the new product can be used for, or whether it's just for fallback for survivability integration, this product is a perfect fit. So it's supporting 15 up to 30 calls. So if you go for the 15 VoIP calls version of that product, it can be upgraded to a 30 calls using software licenses upgrade. Then just turning the table around, another possible application where the 4170 will be a perfect fit. So enabling zip trunk on a legacy ISDN, PRI, PBX. So even there with the option to go for zip TLS and SRTP for a high level of security, the 4170 will be a perfect fit. Now, moving ahead, just replacing the 4170 with the ESBR, with the 5570, still the same application applies. However, what I would like to show you is how smooth actually a migration will look like with having a 5570 being at the customer's network edge, managing all the different kinds of connections and technologies. So still, if your customer prefers to keep its ISDN legacy PBX, where they just bought that PBX a couple of years ago and they're not ready yet to change to an IP PBX, or they don't want to invest again more time to buy a new PBX or to provide trainings to their employees in order for them to know how the new telephone device on their desk is working. So they can keep their old legacy equipment. However, they can benefit from the new technology by using a zip trunk, for instance, and they can even have a fallback line to the PSTN as indicated here, supporting the fallback relay in case there will be a power outage to the device. And moving on, if still at a certain stage, this customer would like to move to an IP PBX, so still the 5570 stays in the middle as indicated here. It's managing all the connections, and as you can see, an IP PBX could even coexist with a legacy PBX, and the 5570 will be responsible for all the call routing, for all the VoIP security, and all this kind of things is included in the 5570. And still, if considering all IP as the final stage, so if that particular customers will get rid of the ISDN PBX, still the 5570 stays at the same location, being responsible as indicated here for VoIP security. So it will act as a QoS or IP router, and it's there to protect the LAN side, the IP PBX, from fraud strikes coming from the internet. Good. So all that applications, it's all nice, but as you can see, they can be also quite complex, and having a unit fulfilling all the requirements for these applications is nice. However, how this unit can be installed, how much time is required for that unit to be installed. So that's another thing where we said, well, we want to make it easy for you, actually, for your customers doing the installs. And in order to reduce the installation time, that means less time, less cost, which makes it cheaper to do an install and to earn more money with the service actually. So with all that config creation automation, zero touch provisioning are aspects to reduce the installation time. And for that, we came up with a new functionality. It's called the Web Wizard. So some of you may already heard about that. So I just want to explain you in a few words what the Web Wizard is. So the Web Wizard is a new tool which is helping you as our customers, or again your customers, to save time for the installation. It's we build it in a way to be sort of an online community. So that means that everyone having the skill set to do web wizards, to create a web wizard. So we want them to share that contribution with the community, with the patent community, in order for others, for installers, to benefit from that work, and again for them to have installations done easier. So what it really means, we have like 2 memberships for that web wizard portal we are coming up with. So there is one membership, it's just as simple as being a user, which means the user can download web wizards which have been created already from the website, import them to a Trinity device, or run them on that platform on the web to generating a config file for the install. Then we have the creators. So the creators are like the smart node experts. So we have more than 1,000 certified smart node engineers around the world. So at least a portion of those certified people will be able to create web wizards, and we ask them to share those web wizards on our online platform on patent.com. So how it really looks like.
So let me ask, Mark, to be a creator, what do I need to know?
So to be a creator, it's like one thing you would have to know is the config structure of whether it's Smartware or Trinity. So as both are pretty similar, and there I would say some basic XML scripting knowledge would be good. However, it's not a must requirement. We also do have a config guide on our website where it's really step by step, easily explained how such a web wizard can be created.
Okay.
Good. And so what I would like to show you here is how that web wizard portal looks like on our website. So as you can see, we just created some wizards within the patent organization. So explaining what this web wizard will do. So for which application it will help you to save time, to do an install faster. So which wizard you pick, you can execute that one online. Once you click on Run Wizard, it will open up a pop-up window where you can see that just the simple settings are going to show up, which means that all the rest for the config is happening in the background. So that means like customer specific settings, whether it's a zip password or a username or an IP address. So these would be settings which will appear on a web wizard to make it easier and faster. So this is running the wizard online, or the other option is to download that wizard. So as I said before, it's an XML-based file, an XML-based document, which can be imported into a Trinity device, and from there it can be executed on a Trinity device directly.
Okay, so that means this whole wizard is only available for Trinity.
That's not entirely true. So we can also write wizards which will generate a Smartware config. So that's really the nice thing as well of that tool here, so that even a Smartware config can be generated online. However, if you have a Trinity device, it can be either generated online or on the Trinity device itself. So it's running for both, but you have, again, more benefit by using Trinity.
Okay, good. So now that you've shown us all the features, applications, and these wizards, I want to launch another poll here quickly, asking all the participants which of the features that you've just learned about and that you've seen are most important for you. So please let us know your thoughts here. The answers are coming in. So TLSS RTP is pretty interesting for a lot of people, but the web wizard also and HD voice, so it's quite
mixed.
equalized. The
Okay.
layer 2 switching is of less interest, it seems. We have about half of the answers in. Good. All right. Thank you for this input and feedback. Looks like we have a lot of interesting features available there for the market. So I'll close that poll and we'll continue.
Okay, thanks for that, Ramon. And thank you all for providing the answers to that poll. Good. Then.
Oh, wait a minute. I just found another feature here. So here you can see how the answers came in.
Okay, very good. So
right.
We see HD voice, as you said, TLS, and web wizard as the most interesting features for the audience. Very good. Then let's move on. So time is running. With this slide, I would like to give you an impression about where the new products are going to be positioned. So again, as you can see, new products just running Trinity. They're coming with HD voice, which is something we don't have on the 4980 or 4970 platform. And also at the bottom of this table, you can see the list price indication, and also you can see how much the difference is compared to an equivalent device of the older platform based on 4980 or 4970. So it's a significant price drop there, which we see as an additional great plus of that new device. Also, you can see it's having a higher performance, so supporting a high level of SIP-to-SIP calls when you're using it as an ESBR, as a SIP demarcation point for an all IP scenario or all IP application. Moving along, so we have the same level of comparison on our website. So you can just go to products and VoIP comparison on the patent.com in order to see the differences, the number of ports we support on the new devices, and also how they line up compared to the current ones, such as the 4970 in this case here, or within the ESBR section, so the 5570, where this one lines up among the others. Again, this is really a screenshot from our website, so you'll find it by using the link below. So in order for you to see which product fits best for your customer application. Good. Then a few words about the target customers. So with this device, we are targeting the medium enterprise size, so requiring 15 up to 30 concurrent PSTN calls. So that means for SIP to ISDN or versa, or if you want to use it for just a pure all IP device, it's supporting up to 512 SIP-to-SIP calls. So this means it's a perfect fit for like logistics company or for schools or campus applications. So requiring 1E1 or a 1T1 line converting ISDN into VoIP, or again for VoIP to VoIP application up to almost more than 500 calls.
Let me put in a question here. Now that you know the product, you know the applications, the target market, how do you see the potential in your markets for this product? Can you estimate the business need for this product over the coming year or so? So thanks for giving us your feedback here. Of course, Mark will immediately use that to build the forecast for the factory.
Absolutely, yes. So we would know how many parts we will need to have to build all these new products.
Yep. And ship fast as usual.
Exactly. So we want to be ready for the big demand. So let's see what's coming back here.
Give you a couple more seconds to answer that. Thanks for staying attentive to that. The great thing, and I'll close it here. So
thank you.
Great thing is that pretty much everybody sees some need. Well, there's some which don't have the applications for that, but we're looking forward to see these orders coming in, and with what's following, maybe there will be some more.
Absolutely. And just to give it another boost here, so I'm happy to announce a promotion we want to launch at the same time introducing the new product. So you can take, or we will be taking 10% off for the orders, for your first orders coming in of the new product, whether it's for the 4170 or for the 5570 from now on till the end of August this year. So as you can see, the promotion code we put up for that, so make sure you mention that code when you're ordering the new products. So this as a nice gift for the launch of this new product, so a 10% off for your orders. Now we're coming to an end of today's webinar, so we're already a bit over time.
But we still have a couple of questions here. Maybe we can throw them in, Mark, if we can spend a couple more minutes. We have a question from Ravandrera, who's asking, how will the product support SIP to SIP?
Yes. Okay. So it will support SIP to SIP in a way. It's acting as a back-to-back user agent. So that means it's really acting as a SIP demarcation point. That means a perfect fit for network topology hiding, for SIP normalization. So that's required for SIP interop. So connecting two different systems together, like certain kinds of IPPBX systems with one core system, a soft switch. So that's how the SIP to SIP application is implemented or working using our devices.
Okay. Another question we have from Sohail is comparing Trinity versus Smartware. I think we have something online on that.
Exactly. So on the product overview page on our website, there is a link to the software feature comparison, and there you'll see a table with all the different features versus the different operating systems we have on our for our products. So this will give you an idea which operating system fits the best for your customer application.
All right, very good. Okay, then I'd like to launch a last poll for this webinar, and that's just some feedback for us on how you appreciated how it was run, and of course we appreciate any more detailed feedback on the content and the organization of the webinar as well.
Absolutely. So as always, feel free to contact us. So on the slide you've seen before, you'll find the contact information, but of course you'll find them on the internet on patent.com as well. So if it's in regards to this webinar, if it's in regard to our products or any kind of service, so just let us know. We'll be glad to receive your feedback, your inputs for any kind of topic.
All right, good. Thank you for this feedback. Looks like we did pretty good, and I'm sure we can also find something to improve on next time. I actually just found the link on our website. I will answer quickly the comparison between Trinity and Smartware in the question and answers section.
Okay, so very good.
Okay.
We'll be sending it to everyone, so every one of you will be able to see that link, right?
All right.
Very good. So is there any other question we should answer at this stage?
There's one question. Does Trinity run only on patent systems and patent products?
Yeah, that's correct. So it's an embedded operating system which is running on patent products, but it's not exclusively running on voice over IP products. It's also running on transmission connectivity products such as our DSLAMs we have, our CPE, DSL routers. So that's also one of the benefits of having Trinity. So it's across multiple product lines within patent. It's not just for voice over IP products.
Mm-hmm. Good. And I think that most of it, if we weren't able to answer all of the questions right now, please excuse, we'll try to get back to you. As Mark mentioned, there is a recording, will be a recording of the webinar online, and of course the other typical product information, data sheets, etc. are also online.
Absolutely. Very good. Then I think we are done with that webinar today. So again, I would like to thank all of you for your patience and your time watching the webinar and participating. So I'm looking forward to see any requests coming from your side, whether it's technical nature or anything else. And looking forward to see you in one of the next webinars. So stay tuned for any invite we'll be sending out. And yeah, with that, thanks again, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.